Do you want to use the machines in the gym to get the body you've always dreamed of, but maybe you're too intimidated because you don't know how to use them? And like me, you're too embarrassed to ask. But then again, you don't want to humiliate yourself and be featured on gym fails. So this is the reason I asked John to help me put together a video to show how to use every single machine, not only to build muscle, but to avoid injury. So you're not going to want to miss it. Our first machine is the chest press. Now this primarily hits the chest muscles, but it can hit the triceps too, as long as you do it correctly. Now, before I knew how to use these machines, I would just literally sit on the machine with the exact same settings the person before me had. That's how you get injured. As you can tell, this seat is way too low for me. If I tried to do a chest press right here, I actually could really hurt myself. Not only could I pull something, but it's not going to be effective like we want. So you have to make sure you have your seat and your equipment exactly the right spot for your body.
Make sure that this is about level with the middle of your chest. We're working our chest muscles here. We want to raise the seat so that our chest is level here.
Now the seat button is normally below the seat. So I'm going to raise this to my height accordingly, and you'll see the difference.
Right, that's right where you want to be.
Now, there is a foot bar here. This is how you start the exercise so you don't hurt yourself and hyperextend your muscles.
There you go. Nice. See that? You're using your chest to push your weight forward.
Now, to end the exercise, make sure you use that foot plate again to bring it back so you're not hyperextending your muscles back. So, all right, exercise one down.
Nice.
Now we're going to work our shoulders. This is the shoulder press. Now, on rare occasions, when I get to a machine, sometimes the seat is actually too high. In this case, I literally can barely get under the machine here. So I know I'm going to need to lower the machine in order for my elbows to be more in line and not starting here. Now this machine will work the back side of your shoulders and also the front, but I'm going to demonstrate both moves. Now I can already tell this weight is too light for me. However, this machine goes in increments of 15 pounds. I'm not sure if I'm ready for 15 pounds. So most gyms have smaller weights that you can actually pull down and add 5 pounds or 10 pounds so you're not jumping to that next weight if you're not ready. Remember, avoid injury, listen to your body. So this is working the back of the shoulders, the delts. And you're gonna drop only to a goalpost level. It really hits the sides as well. Right here, you don't wanna go any lower than this. And then I'm gonna show you the front here. Now this is gonna work the front of the shoulders. Completely different move, and you can feel it. And sometimes you may even have to increase the weight or lower the weight depending on changing the direction of the moves on these machines. Everybody likes sexy shoulders. Okay, our second machine is also a chest machine, but this machine actually focuses on the interior chest to build and define. Now I can already see that this seat is way too low for me, so I'm gonna adjust the seat up to my height. Same thing as before, you pull and you lift. And I'm looking at these bars here, and I could tell that if I started this machine like this, I would be hyperextending my chest muscles. So I'm gonna have John come in and adjust these to where they need to be.
You want to pull this down here and move this forward. Release it to catch right there. You want to do the same thing with this side so that they're more perpendicular to where Melissa is.
Now, when I pull these together, I'm not going to grip the bar because we want to use the muscle that the machine is meant to work out. So I leave my hands open like this and make sure they're even, and I pull it together.
Squeeze there at the top. Squeeze with your chest. And you let them come back nice and slow, and so you feel that good stretch, and then go back together. Squeeze your chest. Make sure you're using your chest to move this weight. Beautiful job. Beautiful job.
And you can
Squeeze
feel
at the
it.
top. Yeah, really hold there for a
Definitely.
second. Top.
A big difference from the first chest machine that we just did.
Right.
The good thing about this machine, it's actually a dual action piece of equipment. Now we just did our chest flies, so we're gonna turn around and do our reverse flies. That's gonna hit the back of the shoulders. So I'm gonna have John help me adjust these to the proper level.
Okay. So you want to make sure you adjust these so they're all the way in this position here and lock in. Okay? Go ahead, babe, step in.
Okay.
Okay, now you're going to want to squeeze with your shoulders. There you go. Nice. Squeeze. Nice. Good job. Beautiful.
All right. Our next machine is a tricep extension machine. This is going to hit the triceps here to get rid of those bat wings. Now, some of these machines not only have the seat that you can adjust, but they also have the back that you can adjust. In this particular machine, you want to make sure you're in the correct form. So having yourself pushed forward into the machine so your arms could be in the right position is crucial. Now in this machine, these actually go up because we're going to push them down. So you're not going to go past your shoulders and don't hyperextend going down. But man, this is so effective. You can absolutely feel it.
Isolates and very specific bicep.
And you can tell because no other muscle is working this machine except your triceps. All right, this next machine is another tricep machine. This is a seated tricep pushdown. Now, one thing you want to do once you get your seat adjustment is make sure you use your body to actually push the weights down before you start doing the exercise so you don't hyperextend anything. You're going to slide back as far as you can go, and you're going to start pushing straight down, just like this. This is a serious tricep burner. You don't want to go too far, no hyperextension. Just like that. All the way down, all the way up. And then when you want to finish, stand up, pull the weights back down so you don't hyperextend anything. Now this next machine is an arm machine as well, but this is for the biceps. It's called an arm curl. Now, when you are on this machine, you want to make sure the only muscle you're working is your biceps and not your back. Now, when I first sat down, I thought the seat was in the right location, but I can see that I'm going to be able to use my back. So I'm actually going to lower the seat one notch. The arm placements are right on the pads here. You're going to grab the bar. You've got a curve here, probably at your gym too. That goes in the middle, and you're going to pull the bar to your face, just like this. And then you're going to extend low. The whole time, you're going to have your biceps flexed and squeezed. Now make sure you don't hyperextend your wrist this way or curl it too much because you could get a wrist injury. Neutral wrist. Down and curl up. Down and curl up. This is very effective for nice biceps. This bad boy intimidated the heck out of me. In fact, I refused to use it for over a year because like all the other weight machines, the more weight you put on a machine, the harder it is to do. Well, so I thought the same thing for this. So I started out with low weight. I couldn't even move the machine. Then I realized, thanks to John, this is a weighted machine. So the more weight you put on it, the easier it gets. So you're going to have to adjust this to your body weight. But you can do chin-ups, pull-ups, and dips. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to do all three. But like I said, you're going to have to adjust it to your body weight. So don't hurt yourself. If it's too hard, put more weight on this machine. Now make sure you use the footsteps to get up safely. You're going to put your knees on the padded seat, and then you're going to drop yourself down and pull up. Drop yourself down and pull up. Like I said, if this is too hard or too easy, adjust the weights opposite of what you think. Too hard, put more weight. Too easy, back off on the weight. So pull downs, turn your wrist the other way. This gets all different types of, it gets your traps, it gets your shoulders, gets a little bit of your back, and then your triceps. These are called dips. Now I like to push my knees back a little bit so you can actually bend forward and then push up. Form is so important. Just like that. As you can see, this hits the triceps really hard. All right, and that's this big bad machine that I was so afraid of. Now this is another back exercise. It's a seated row, kind of like a row machine. Same thing as the others. We've got the seat you can adjust, and we've got the chest you can adjust. Now in this machine, I can't reach the handles. That makes me know I am too far away. I don't want to have to hyperextend. So I'm going to push this in a little bit to make it where I can actually grab the weights and then I can pull them toward me just like a row. I'm going to hyperextend out to where the weights are not touching because you want to keep constant tension in the weights. And I'm going to pull back to level with my rib cage. Out and then back in. Now that we've finished our upper body, we're moving on to lower body. First exercise we're going to do is for our glutes. Now this machine has a chest extender. The reason for this is because you don't want your upper body doing your lower body's work. So when you're on this machine, this little triangle is going to sit right here in the middle of your abs. Enough distance to where your arms are resting on the elbow rester, but they're not allowing you to use your upper body to do your lower body's work. So when you put your foot here, you're going to push straight out, just like that. And you can feel it right here. You know you're doing this correctly if you can let your hands go and you can still push out, just like that. This is so effective for your glutes and your hamstrings as well. This is a seated leg press. This is for your thighs, primarily for your quadriceps. However, you can get the back of your thighs if you move the seat closer to the foot plate. Now, in this situation, you don't want your legs hyperextended, but you also don't want, when you push out, make sure you don't lock your knees. When you're coming back in, the weight doesn't hit. Now, for me, I have long legs. The seat is too far away, so I'm going to move it closer. And you, even to start this exercise, you can push your legs forward like this, just to make sure you test out the weights. These are the handles, and no locking out your legs, but my legs are constantly flexed here. So I'm going to bring the weight in, I'm going to push it out. In, push it out. And you can feel here, the front, even your calves. You can actually use this as a calf machine. I do. Now with calf raises, I can do much heavier weight, but just for demonstration, you're going to put the balls of your feet right here. You're going to extend this out. Remember, don't lock your knees, but you're going to lower your heels under the foot plate and then push back out. Lower, push back out. And there are several different positions you can put your legs in to do calf raises. You can turn your toes in to get these outer parts by dropping it, or you can turn them out and you'll get the inner part of your calves as well. This machine is a leg extension machine. It does have several adjustments that you can do. The best thing to do, and this is for the front of your quad, this is for your quads. And I like my legs to go back further. And the reason I like that is because I want the full stretch of this. So when I pull back and push this forward, it's hitting right at my ankles. And then I bring it all the way back. You can put this to where, if you don't want it to go far back as I want mine to go, you can put it further out to where you're pulling it up and then you're going back to here instead of tucking your legs under. It's really personal preference, but this is really effective for your quads. Make sure that you're squeezing on the way up.
Okay, you can also adjust your foot placement here too. You don't want to be pressing with the tops of your foot or up higher. You want this right about where your ankle is, where your bend is. So you can pull this out and lower this or raise this depending on your preference.
Right. Now, the way he's got it right now is hitting me above my ankle. So this actually hurts. So I know that that's too far for me.
Make sure it puts back in place.
Now, this is right in the bend of my ankle, just like he said.
Perfect.
That is perfect. Absolutely
Look at that full
perfect.
range of motion.
Yep.
Excellent, babe. Nice job.
This is a hamstring curl machine. This is for the back of the leg, hamstring, and the booty. Now, with this machine, you want to make sure you have proper location of the foot curl. You want to have this bar right around the Achilles heel, not too high on the calf, and certainly not too low towards putting pressure on your ankle. And when you make these moves, you want to make sure you are squeezing the back of your hamstring. This is a very effective machine. And place your elbows down flat. Now, right now, this bar, the foot bar is right about my Achilles heels. And I'm going to squeeze up. I'm going to let it go. Bring it up. I'm going to squeeze. Let it go. Bring it up. Squeeze. Let it go. This is called a hip flexor. It's really good for your hips, but it's definitely for the inner and outer thighs. You can do both exercises on this. When I get started on this machine, I always work my outer thighs first. They're much stronger than my inner thighs. But the first thing you need to make sure of is that the pads are facing each other, and this is not too far out. You want to close it all the way in, as far as it goes. The back of the machine is for pushing you forward or back. You want to make sure it's comfortable enough that when you put your feet in the foot stirrups, that your legs are not hyperextended, because you want to make sure you are working the appropriate muscle and not putting pressure on your knees. Now I've got, my back is in the right position. My legs are not hyperextended, and the pads are in the right position as well, which is right on the exterior of my thighs. I'm gonna grab the handles, sit back, you're gonna push out, and squeeze. When you push out, squeeze. It is hitting right here. You know those saddlebags, man, we hate them. So we'll get rid of them for you. Okay, now to do the inner thighs, make sure you're picking a weight that you can do. You may have to adjust it a little bit, but you're gonna pull this outward because you're gonna be closing. You're gonna be closing this for the inner thighs. So you're gonna have these facing outward because your legs are gonna be on the outside. It is a little awkward getting in here, so just realize that you may have to give this a couple shots before you actually master it. Hold the handles as well, and you're gonna squeeze them shut. And this is so good for this, guys. You know how women have that little gap right there? That's what you want. So this machine will absolutely get it for you. Every muscle group that you use, you need to squeeze. It gives you such better results and quicker too. Now that we've wrapped up lower body, we're going to give you a couple core exercises to do as well. This machine is the abdominal crunch machine, and many people make a mistake on this machine by not adjusting their seats properly. If your seat is too low and you're pulling your body forward, you're not doing your abs any good. All the work must come from your abs, and you must squeeze them every rep that you do. Now, in order for me to get the best out of this machine, I make sure my shoulders are on this back plate and that they don't leave, and I hold on by literally 2 fingers, because I'm going to make sure that nothing's working except my abs. And when I pull forward, I am squeezing them. And I actually hesitate at the bottom. Squeeze your abs, pause, and then pull back. Squeeze, pause, and pull back. Now this is our second core exercise. It's called the Power Tower, and it really targets lower and upper abs. So stand on the footstool here. You're gonna rest your elbows on the elbow pads. You're gonna lean back, and you are going to lift your knees up, just like that. And you're gonna crunch at the top. So very effective. Okay. Babe, I couldn't even do that in Mexico. Okay, this is another core exercise. It's called Roman chair. It hits the core and your lower back. Now this was really good for me when I had disc problems, because it helped me to strengthen my lower back. Now it's important to have the placement of the thigh pads in the right place. You want to be able to bend forward without hurting yourself and without hyperextending your knees. So I like to cross my arms over, and I'm going to go all the way forward, and I'm going to come up basically to almost level, and I can feel it. Really, really good for your back. Just like that. Well, we're done. And I want to thank John for not only helping me put this video together, but being an amazing trainer to me and showing us how to use all of this equipment with such expertise. So thank you.
You're welcome, Dave. And we've gone over all the machines here at our home gym, ATL Fitness 24/7. But if we've missed a machine that's at your gym and you still have questions about, please leave them in our comments section below. We'd be happy to get the information back to you. So if you like the video, please give us a like and absolutely subscribe to this awesome YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate it. Remember,
it's a new day. Own it.